Hello everyone and welcome back to another Tekkit tutorial. This time we're going to look at the animal farms. If you watch the series that Furry and me do, we have one of these in the back of one of our buildings. And basically what these do is they breed animals in this area, and then the babies get taken over to this area. And once they grow up, which takes about 20 minutes, they get slaughtered and their items get put out any of the outputs, and then also their XP that you would get from killing them is turned into a thing called mob goo and goes into these tabs. So what you're going to need to make this farm the most efficient is a few things. You're going to need this machine called a breeder. You need all these things called sewers. They pick up the animal shit basically, and can be turned into fertilizer, which can be used for the auto farms that I showed you before. I showed you sewers before as well. Then you want a thing called a chronotyper, which can move babies of any animal that's in a 5x5 area in front of it to the back of it in a 5x5 area and puts them there. And there's mob grinder here, which basically kills any adult animal, so it won't kill the babies. It will wait until they grow up, and that takes 20 minutes. And the animals in here take 5 minutes to be able to breed again, so you're gonna stock up on more babies than you have adults, and at one point that might cause a problem, so you might stop the machine at some point or anything, just so you can not have hundreds of the babies stuck in here and then lag your server out. So what you're gonna obviously need is the animals, and you can fetch them by making these things called safari nets. You can either make the single use ones, which are basically just quite easy, quite a cheap recipe to make, or you can use the reusable ones, which need ender pearls and gas tiers, and they're really worth it because what you can do with them is you can go up to any animal, and there's pigs right here, so we're going to take the pigs, right click on them, and where's the pig gone? That's weird. Right click on it. Okay, maybe because I'm creative mode, so let's do it again. Pig, yep, there we go, and now we've got pig in our net. Now we can bring the pig back and place him down in the adult chest, which is box, which is this one. Now obviously you're going to need more than one, and we're not going to use pigs because they eat carrots in this update, but that's how you pick up animals with safari nets. And what you're going to want to use probably is cows, because they can be easily combined with the automatic wheat farm to put the wheat in here for the breeding, because for pigs you need carrots, and for chickens you need seeds, I think. Okay, so, and sheep also need wheat, so you could use sheep or cows, but sheep don't give you any meat to eat, so I'd just stick with the cows. So once you've got yourself a few cows, the more the better, obviously, the more the faster the things spawn. Then you can start making your breeder, but obviously you're going to need some wheat. Either you can put it in there manually, or what I've set up here is an automatic wheat farm. Now it's the same setup as the automatic tree farm in the first tutorial, or second tutorial. And it will just plant the wheat, and it will either grow by itself, or if you have the fertilizer, which is made from these things, then you can grow your wheat faster. But in order to get the fertilizer, you're going to need to connect up your composters, which I also showed you in the previous tutorial, up to the power, which I apparently haven't done. I thought I did, but I didn't. Okay, now to fix these pipes, the fertilizers go nicely into the machine also called the fertilizer, and what this will do is make the wheat grow faster, and then the harvester obviously harvests the wheat faster and can turn things into wheat and seeds they will get. And then down here there's a diamond pipe filtering the seeds into these bioreactors, so you can use this to make power as well. And the wheat goes into the breeder, which allows the cows to breed. Now once we're gonna get some, actually let's just put some fertilizer in here because I've got some on me. This should make the wheat grow, and they see the stuff's coming out, and this will now slowly move along the pipes to where it should be going. Okay, so now that our wheat has nearly arrived, we're going to look at the cows, and the breeder should start feeding some meat to the cows and produce a baby. Come on, cows, breed. Come on, breeder. And what the breeder basically does, it makes the cows breed, or any animal breed, in a 5x5 area right in front of it. And then the chronotyper should pick the baby cows up, unless it's the wrong way around, which I've probably done. So let's get our precision sledgehammer out and turn the chronotyper around. So the flashing bit needs to be where the things get picked up, and the purple bit needs to be where things stop. And now the babies all get pulled through, and I just sit here trying to get back to the mums, but they can't because there's a wall in the way. And after about 20 minutes, when these grow up, the mob grinder just brutally murders them. So let's wait a bit and see. So instead of just waiting for 20 minutes, I'm just going to spawn some cows in here and show you what the basic process of the mob grinder is, because it's going to take quite a while for these to grow up, but the more these cows breed, the more babies there will be, and the more stuff you'll need to get, and you won't even want any more baby cows than you're already getting. So we're just going to spawn a few cows in here. The mob grinder should start murdering them. Come on, there we go. That's the first one down, second one down, third, fourth, and fifth. And now you can see this green goo, which is going through the liquid ducts into these tanks, and you can use that for either enchanting or another mob spawner, so you can spawn anything you want that you have picked up with a safari net and make them do anything that you want with them, really. And here in this pipe you can see is the beef and the leather that comes from the cows, and you can store it anywhere. You can do anything with that. Obviously you might cook it up to take with you on your adventures, and the leather can be used for armor, but nobody should really be making leather armor, or mainly backpacks and some other recipes. Okay, so now we're going to look at what you can do with this green mob goo stuff that you get from the mob grinder. And basically what you can do with that is you can either use it on an enchanter, an auto enchanter the machine is called, you can look that up in the NEI to see the recipe, or in an auto spawner, which can spawn anything that you've captured in a safari net and use basically mob goo for that. So what you want to do is, once you have yourself these things set up, and then I want this to output the mob goo. I can't remember how this exactly works. Come on. Oh no, that was wrong. Do I need a redstone signal? I might need a redstone signal. Yes, I need a redstone signal. And I want you to output, you to output, you to output. Get away, baby cows. Should not feed you to just annoy me then. And this, so that all the green goo goes into the stuff. And we're going to have a look at the auto enchanter first. Basically the green mob goo goes in, you put a book in, and you pick what level you want enchanted. So we're going to go for something low so it goes a bit faster, because the higher it gets the longer it takes. And there you go, it just gives you an enchantment, and you can pump books in and out of this, that's why it's auto. And obviously you can just choose a level 30 and it will do that for you. You don't need any books or something around that, but as you see, level 30 might take a while. So that's basically how this works, and that's all it does. That's what the auto enchanter is there for. Now the more interesting thing is the auto spawner. And what I've set up here is a little room. It's 5x5 because it will spawn things in an area 5x5 above it. And I've caught myself a blaze in the safari net. Obviously you can put anything else other in there too and make a mob farm out of it. Like drop them from a big height so they die, or so that you just hit them one last time to get their XP, stuff like that. And what you can do is put the safari net into here, and it should start spawning the blazes, unless this water, no, they don't like the water right above it, so we're just going to give them this area here, and you're just going to have to manually kill them. But what you can do as well is you can bring a blaze down to lower health, so let's do that somewhere. Let's take this one blaze here and bring it down a bit in health. Then let's get a safari net. Obviously in non-creative mode it's going to be much harder. Take a safari net. You can also make this safari net launcher, which you can use to launch your safari net, so you don't have to walk right up to the thing. Shoot it. Here we go. This is a blaze with 5 health instead of 20. So you can just use this one, put this in here, and have this, which spawns blazes with 5 health. Now obviously you don't want this kind of thing to happen, so you're going to need to have a better contraction in order to do that. But then you can just make yourself a little window and start murdering the blazes in here without them being able to shoot you, and get all the blaze rods that you need. Obviously you could use this to spawn skeletons and get their arrows and bones, or spawn anything to get XP as well. You can make an XP farm with this. Drop skeletons from exact height, or take something with just 1 health, spawn them, and then you could only need to hit them once, and then you might have to go in to collect your stuff. But yeah, so that's what you can use mob goo for from this spawner, and that's the whole thing you can do with a animal farm. You can use the stuff to get the resources, you can use the stuff to get enchantments, you can get a mob spawner, you can get anything. And you can see a level 30 enchantment does take a lot of this green goo. See, it's still not enchanted at level 30. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and see you next time.